And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to part 25 of Sonadow Play the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Joining me as per usual is my lovely girlfriend, IMShadow 007. Say hello, hon.
Hello!
And we're carrying on with Case 4.
Yes.
Arguably one of the weirdest cases in Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as a courtroom bomber. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tenate.
Apollo's a tough guy. It's taking its toll on him.
Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tenate like that on top of all his other injuries. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trilogy look so down. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating.
Alright, enough of this, people! There's no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you!
Huh? You're the only one who's crying, Athena.
Chalities! Look, we have work to do. We have to take over.
Take over what exactly?
Apollo Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy?
Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know.
Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run.
Wait, right now? We better not be running the whole way. Apparently your voice is coming in a little muted.
What?
Hold on.
Hello? Raise me up.
Hey, raised you up.
Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear
There
me
we go.
now? Alright. Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill out my magic panties for... Bruh. Why?
Trilogy seems to be feeling a little better. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm.
Oh, she's back! Don't mind me. Just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, documents, my bag.
Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too.
Alright, you two. Let's be careful out there.
So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous even I've heard of him.
That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in our outer space 7 years ago.
You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yeah, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered.
Ah, and you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait! Don't I know you from somewhere?
Huh? You mean, other than at your trial? I don't think so.
I guess so. My mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes, he's seriously got to stop depressing himself.
No kidding. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere. That just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right?
Like shooting stars, huh? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that?
Don't make me say it.
What?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Order!
Hey!
After all, that's what we're put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Oh yeah, here we go! 3, 2, 1! To the stratosphere and beyond! To infinity and beyond!
And beyond!
Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? Apparently so. So, you have no memory at all of the incident? I'm so ashamed. My memory at the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula.
Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said it at the trial?
Can you move your mouth closer to your mic?
Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills they said it at the trial?
You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know.
Couldn't they just dismiss him?
Well, be a bit of a silly thing to dismiss him over.
I know, but like, if his anxiety is that severe, it's like...
That must... Oh, so the Hat 1 miracle? That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know.
But the tranquilizers were found in your system.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you? Exactly! That's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anyone could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say, you even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like, about the murder weapon, for example. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah. Staff who work on the machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is.
Thank you.
As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. Who the hell built it? Jesus!
I know, right?
But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Yeah, wouldn't you be afraid of space after that?
Yeah. If anything, I would be like, yeah, I'm out. Sorry, I withdraw.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on forever, and ever, and ever, without end.
And suddenly nihilism.
There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone. With nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking.
God.
An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Yeah, you're right, Stewie. Temu made the rocket.
Oh, God. With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission?
What? No way. Of course not. Even now I want to go up into space so bad, I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity and escape velocity and spin around weightless!
But you have to admit, it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid?
No, you're off. It was made by SpaceX, it would explode even before it took off. I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But the space is a man's final frontier. An unknown world. Space. The final frontier.
Final frontier. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
These are the voyages of Starship Apollo Justice. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. The victim, Clay Terran. He was kinda like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like that master and apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now...
Clay must have been very encouraging, huh?
Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was going to be just fine.
You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine, and you're fine all the time too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout.
Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. One day, out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much they were like a part of the staff. One time during Zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them turned shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down from the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half as bad through barred windows.
You're fine! Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything is gonna be alright.
Huh?
And Adina Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too!
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you!
Phoenix Wright is fine!
Look at you back into space, yeah, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space! All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto!
Good idea. Let's go.
To the entrance.
See you later, Buzz Lightyear.
Bye, Buzz. Ooh.
Wow, I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. You know, for December 19th, it looks warm.
Yeah, right?
It looks almost like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah. Did you know they let the public see their rockouts up close?
Athena, how are you not freezing in that?
Oh, so check it out.
You are cleared to enter. Welcome to Pizza Planet.
Look at how brightly the Gaiaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
Gaiaxa, huh? Is that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what does GA stand for anyway? Galaxy?
If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA, or even GAEA.
I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu.
Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Guy, it's a Yuri.
Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! If his name's Yuri, should I give him a Russian accent?
I don't think he has an accent, but if you want to. Yikes! Who's this geezer and what's he want?
Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science.
Pardon me, but you are?
My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos.
Especially because he's named after Yuri Gagarin, you know, the first man in space.
Yep.
I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos.
I love the design, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Boss? That was pretty groan-inducing.
If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means...
Aha! So you were the one who first discovered Clay's body, weren't you?
And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the Space Police? Space Police.
You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. Oh, wait a few years and you'll get the Space Force.
Well, wouldn't that be the Galactic Federation?
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case.
Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now, go ahead. Have at it.
Let's talk. I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble.
You think? Don't let him hear you say that. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. What, is this Star Trek?
I know, right?
No matter what obstacles stand in the way, we keep going for the sake of mankind.
I believe I used the word specifically in my question.
Attention all personnel. To your break stations. Prepare for break.
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do to solve important manner.
That is exactly right, because I am an important man. My manner is important.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm.
I don't think he gets much. Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what makes me important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now, go ahead. Have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it specifically. And also if the rocket didn't fall to pieces. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day?
I refuse.
What?
Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the Center of the Cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
Man, this guy's a narcissist.
I know.
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about.
Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
And let's at least try to ask him about the thing he might be willing to open up about. If I hadn't already used it for red white, I might have made him sound like Donald Trump.
Oh god.
The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home?
I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant folk, young folk like you. Very well. I will impart you to the complete story of the Hat 1 project.
Thank you very much.
Hat One's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid.
What is this, Helldivers?
And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat One reached its planned orbit. From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat One returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat One miracle.
Oh.
That's Athena.
That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat One miracle occurred, right?
Damn, Athena, your voice got deep.
Correct. And it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? Got a sample!
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. Wait, given the series is originally set in Japan, does Japan actually have a space program?
I'm not sure.
I guess this guy isn't...
Any history buffs in the chat? Can you confirm?
Oh, it does. Alright.
Okay.
I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all its glorious potential.
2 words. Sputnik. Once the astronauts went up,
Children only wanted to play with space toys.
Sputnik's one-word prospector.
Yeah.
A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. This is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tell me finances are tight, but I won't hear it.
I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena.
Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I better brush up for the case. Athena, you're hiding something.
Is that so?
Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I am very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter! Fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage.
That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we better get going too.
You bet. Let's make it so. To the lunch pad corridor. Oh wait, to the boarding lounge. Sorry. Boarding
What to
lounge.
say? So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered.
Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from the launch pad after the explosion.
You there! No admittance without express permission.
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate.
Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me.
So Detective Fulbright is here, huh?
Yes, he's in Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him. Then we'll talk.
Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright.
I think a 4-year-old could get intel out of Fulbright.
Let's see. What trick should I use on him today?
I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid.
So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think.
Wait, that door... It looks awfully familiar.
Good eye there, boss. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad.
Ah, that explains it.
The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now come on, let's go! To the launch pad corridor.
Away!
Robot.
Even in space, safety first. So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape.
Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building.
I see police tape down the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad.
After the explosion, the whole corridor must have been filled with smoke.
And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them.
Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think it's him over there.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot.
Huh? Oh, it's you, lawyer people. Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing?
We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share?
Boss, if he acts all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it.
You know I'm right here, right?
Got.
Are you trying to catch the unruly family? Are you trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something?
Info on the case, huh? Alright, I'll gladly share some with you.
Huh? What just happened? Wait, what the?
Detective and lawyer seeking truth and justice side by side? I like it. Just take whatever you want from me. You info bandits, I'm in a generous mood today.
I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today.
Well, we need information, so let's run with it.
If you say so, yeah, I'm on to you.
Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it, a month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub.
No, that's okay. But thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know.
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually.
Did he hit his head or something?
Do you think he hit his head or something?
Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier.
Maybe a little too easier.
You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective?
That's right. I was here on a security assignment.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that.
Yes, well, you know us, to serve and protect.
No one really knows what happened to Gumshoe. Honestly, Wishy, after the third game, he just sort of disappeared.
I know he's in the investigation games with Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah, he's in the investigation games, but for the main series, he just disappeared.
Yeah.
He wasn't in Game 4, apart from the final bit of the... apart from the very last bit of the game. He's not in 5, and he's not in 6.
Weird.
The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened?
Of course. A bomb went off in the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter.
The shelter?
That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like.
So, where were you when the bomb first went off?
I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use the elevator during a fire.
Then wasn't it impossible to get down this basement shelter?
No, we lowered an emergency ladder from the 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone got out safely, I made my way down and headed to the shelter.
Wow, what an ordeal. But coming down an emergency ladder kind of sounds fun.
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful.
Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay?
Wow, and Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on the short leash, too. What is going on here?
Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness.
A witness, you say?
Could you tell us more about this witness?
Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window in the 3rd floor lounge.
So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside?
That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though.
You don't? But that's the most important thing of all.
Don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her.
A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright. Thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright.
Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even.
Yes, well, actually,
Something you can't talk about?
Yes, something like that. Anyways, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now.
I'm on to you, Fulbright. What was that? Oh, go to you.
What was that all about? But did someone just kick Phoenix in the balls there?
Something is definitely going on. I'm gonna get out of it next time I see him.
Okay. I'm not sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge.
Let's go. Yeah, Fulbright's off. I don't like it.
Ah, you two. Detective Fulbright's granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like.
Snackies! Oh, that's all right, but thank you for the offer.
There'll be time for snackies when we're done investigating.
Or, hell, if you want snackies, ask Emma. She's got snackoos.
Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now let's see. Where's the diagram? Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend.
Well, let's stop with the recap and start looking for traces of a third person then.
I don't know, Jarl. Emma's another one that just disappeared.
Yeah.
You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room. It's just so big.
Don't worry. We can use this to help us.
A Space Center pamphlet for tourists?
Yep. Picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep. Here it is. A map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright.
Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier.
Okay. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window?
Oh, boss. It's just a holographic image.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. It's a relief.
There should be a button somewhere in this room that's turned the image on and off. That's what it says here in the pamphlet, anyway.
The only reason you're so eager to start is so you can push that button, isn't it?
And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues.
Alright, fine. Let's get investigating.
Examine the body outline.
So this is where they discovered Clay.
Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo.
So he was stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos?
That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in the court with Apollo. He said that it contains an asteroid samples.
Oh, right. Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back in only 5 days ago by the probe of that Hat 1 that the Hat 1 launched.
I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see?
Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? Plus, they could be radioactive.
Right. Examine the spinning ball with a chair inside.
No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a trading device for getting used to zero gravity. Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just out-muscle me.
Hey, Mr. Wright! Look at that up there!
Some kind of fragment. It's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was all about.
That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank.
I think you're right. But if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge.
The Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down at the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge.
So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad.
Way to go, Apollo! Now examine the door with the satellite dish on it.
So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room.
Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy.
People usually say west, east, and south. In a case like this, you know.
Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the west door. That door of the rocket leads to the launch pad 1. I know because it says here on the map, launch pad 1 corridor.
So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion.
Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish to icon significant communication, aka the control room.
Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here after a while?
But it seems they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission, so the control room was empty at the time.
I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room, and since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through it.
With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena.
So apparently the log is also hooked up to the backup generator in case of emergencies. Thank you.
Okay, what about the last door?
This lower door. Oh, excuse me, I mean south door? It leads to the elevators.
This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right?
Yep, and of course, there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone.
But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion.
Well, that's about it for the three musketeers of the boarding lounge.
Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go.
Examine the area to the right of the elevators, which is your left. It seems to be another piece of training equipment.
Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says.
Oh boy, I want to try it! Gravity's weak on the moon, so I bet I could do the mid-air somersaults.
We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling.
Well, at least I could jump really high.
There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, "Don't jump too high."
Then what good is this thing?
Didn't I say at the beginning? Walk on the surface of the moon?
Examine the trapdoor on the right.
What's this? A trap door?
It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here.
The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies.
No way. All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the launch pad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Examine the gutter next to the trapdoor. Wait, go back. There's a gutter.
Ooh,
oh,
shiny.
Something shiny. Hey, I see something shiny down there.
Let's take the cover off then.
A bullet. What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean.
It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see, that would make the caliber 10? .10?
Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right?
Yes, but I've never heard of a .10 caliber gun before. The bullet must be for a special kind of gun.
I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out.
Well, yes, that's how guns work. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun.
I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're on the bottom left on the south door of the room, according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look there.
Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Yep.
Alright, go back and examine the launch pad 1 door. So go back.
What? How many pieces do I have to examine in this one room?
The launch pad door, examine it. Let's see. This door is where that's the pamphlet. Where's that pamphlet? Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to the launch pad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talked to the Fulbright.
So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device.
Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial.
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
Then, does that mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small.
Voila! Fingerprint powder! I brought just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it.
Wow, way to think ahead. Now let's dust the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find.
You got it. Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there, and... Let's see what we have here. Oh, we've got something. Aw, it's only a single set of prints.
Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'll be be as lucky to get the culprit's prints on the first try.
Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data.
Right. And there's the security footage of this door, too.
Yeah, here it is. It came up in court the other day.
I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit.
Oh, because that will be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away.
Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room.
Examine the knob on the left side.
Seriously, how many things do I have to examine in this one room?
It is big. I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob to the stove.
Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. Yes, knob, another word in the UK that can be quite dirty. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this? Also, it's also an insult in the UK to call someone a knob.
Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was a stove, the burner would be off.
Right. If it was for a stove, still, I wonder what it's really for.
Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove. How about a rocket engine?
If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in.
Then I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. Alright, change the view to the right. And examine the remote on the left table's compartment. To the right.
Oh yeah,
A remote.
there's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here.
Just push it. That's an invariable principle with a button.
There are such things as buttons left unpushed.
All right. Oh. Ooh. Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared.
Yeah, though the side of the wall seemed kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new with the image off.
Change the view to the left and examine the screen.
This is getting monotonous. With the holographic image off, the screen is completely black, which for some
Go ahead.
reason makes me think of losing an argument to Prosecutor Blackwell in court. But at least it's got my brain wrapped up. I come up with the best ideas at times like these.
Change the view to the left to examine the screen.
Oops. Oh, I see it.
See that See the bullet hole?
Looks more like a spider's web.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this.
It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena.
It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun.
You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol.
Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right?
Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around somewhere? Yes.
No, the police might have taken it, though. Wait, you have it! Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome.
Yikes! What in the world?
My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko! Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you.
It's a robot? Are you Skynet?
Robot! Go!
Yes, you are. Yes, you are Skynet.
Psychological observation and... navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko!
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Oh, Ponko, I've missed you. Wait, you know her?
Huh? You know this thing, Athena?
Oh, she showed us around the last time when I came over with Apollo. Athena, what are you hiding? Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Thank you. I'm so happy, so very happy.
Wow, a guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you.
I don't know you. I don't know you. Is she based on Widget? Because of the face?
I think so.
I think it's supposed to be Widget, I think.
Huh? Ouch. That hurt.
Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix.
A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it.
Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face.
Oh, sure.
Registering. Facial recognition sequence complete. We are officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
Huh. This robot is pretty cute.
You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great? Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss.
Go where?
She's adorable.
She is.
Whoa. Doo, doo, doo.
Oh, wow. What is this place? Is that rocket real?
Welcome! Welcome! The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development at the Hat 1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map.
Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launch Pad 1.
Okay, let's talk.
I am just so glad to be out of that room, because that was getting monotonous.
Ask me anything. Anything. I will explain.
Alright. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up.
This is a replica of Hat 1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hat 1 inside and out. Its little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day.
I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled.
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out! Check it out!
Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on a day off. Hey, what's this a photo of?
Hey! Phoenix, that's the staff of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different.
Ah, and that's...
What is it, Athena? Is something wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Athena, come on! Say something!
I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all.
Athena!
Well, it was 7 years ago after all, so the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck...
Is Clay Terran, the victim.
So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks like a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. This space museum is great! What fantastic exhibits!
This area used to be Launch Pad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor.
Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts! Budget cuts! We need more money! Money!
Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot?
While it was in space, the Hat 1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from the asteroid returned 5 days ago.
That's what Director Cosmos said too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
And here it is, the Hope space probe.
I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen from the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her.
The way to the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
The setup of the launch pad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind.
I want to know. I want to know. Phoenix wants to know too.
Sure. Great. Now Athena's got a case of punkoitis.
Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails. And brought into position at the launch site.
That's cool.
Yeah. Isn't it cool, isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all.
It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included.
I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh? That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center, too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be first disengaged.
I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there's all kinds of procedures.
I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
I'm not surprised. Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable.
Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database.
I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Alright, what was there to present again?
The autopsy report.
Yeah. Ponko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Checking registered data. I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe.
It contained the asteroid samples, right?
Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe launch pad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed! It must not be removed! Don't worry, Ponko. The people in the charge already know what happened. They do? I must ask them later.
So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion.
The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check out the contents.
Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer.
Okay. Let's move to the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum.
Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well. I like to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you. She's so cute.
You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently.
It's because Ponko is so friendly.
Well, what should we investigate next?
Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about.
Let's see. The security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay then, let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Bye, Ponko. See you later. Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop.
Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life we are all forced to lead. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then.
If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him.
I can hear you, you know. You mean that lady in distress bit?
Let's talk.
We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene.
You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet.
Detective Arm?
That's right. A warning shot for the defendant.
Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that?
I'm afraid I don't know the details, but with Detective Arm gone and all.
But I thought there were 2 people who discovered the crime scene together.
We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows.
Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course.
I hope it goes down easy.
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Ah, yes. I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Whoa, he got Apollo's and my prints. He even got prints for all the robots.
How do you do that? I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep.
Ah, Clay's fingerprints are here too.
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all.
I still can't believe you took off his glove and get his fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame him for thinking they're important in the case. Yeah, being a detective is dirty work. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint locks somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy.
Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door?
Yep, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason.
Huh? What's so important about this door?
Beats me, but boy, could he see the gear... Boy, you could see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it.
Sounds like this is going to be a major point of contention tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss.
Right. Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now?
You just leave it to me. In justice we trust. Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door.
He must have opened it when they went to go and board the rocket.
His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then. Okay. Present the security camera photo. Present the security camera video.
Detective, about the security footage that was taken at the boarding lounge by the boarding lounge 1 camera.
Oh, that footage? Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it.
Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this?
Easy as pie. I'll be glad to show you. Here we go.
Huh? The screen went blank.
Yes. Apparently the after effect of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point.
Why didn't you just say so from the beginning?
Okay.
Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right?
But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that.
Gotcha!
Well, it's been a while since we saw these.
Yep.
It's been a while, but those are definitely psych locks. Or psycho locks, as Edgeworth calls them.
Or Psyche locks with Drew Masham.
Did you just mouth
psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about?
No, psych lock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Magatama. Presenting evidence can break those locks and reveal any secret they're hiding.
Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much, which he has done before.
Yep.
It isn't some kind of fraud. It really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Let's see what happens presenting the Magatama triangle, which will reveal, shall we?
Take that!
Why you're being cooperative. I think you're hiding something, Detective. So why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over.
Press love to get an achievement.
I bet you know what's been bothering you.
You're troubled by love! What? How did you know? I put my pet carp in with my goldfish, and the next thing I knew, all the little goldfish were gone. Love had eaten them all. My poor little goldfishies. Oh, I loved you so.
I guess love really can cause a lot of heartache, huh? Oh no! Anyway. Yep, got it.
Yep. Justice.
I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine.
Is that a fact?
Yep, peaceful as peaceful could be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch.
I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claim, as long as this exists.
The evacuation report.
Take that!
Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet, security was so tight they even brought in a special task force. I hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail.
Now, hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail.
As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. But I say it's very strange that this person would be part of the detail from the outset.
Can disarm.
Can disarm.
Take that!
Detective Arms specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was a possibility that a bombing would occur.
You got me, Mr. Right!
Gotcha, bitch. Let's talk.
That's all I can picture him doing when he's doing that pose, just...
Yeah.
All right, I concede. You win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat.
But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it? How was the warning delivered?
By phone.
And directly to Director Cosmos.
But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps.
That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset.
It's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties.
That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court.
The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know.
Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. What are the rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. You don't say! I think we guessed that much. So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering about it.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
No, I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder. Yeah, it'd have to have. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom of 7 years past continues even still.
The Phantom? 7 years past? That got Athena's attention.
A Phantom, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. Casper? Haunted for 7 years. This Phantom of 7 years past, any idea who or what he was talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this Phantom is behind the whole incident somehow. Wait a minute, he thinks this may be connected to the case? Yep. The case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. So that's why Professor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom? Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago... That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. So wait, this game is set in 2027. So that means the dark age of the law started in 2020. That year really is cursed.
Not just that too, but this game has an incident what happened 7 years ago. Just like Apollo Justice with Phoenix's incident 7 years ago in that game.
Which was in 2019.
It's like, damn, the year 7 is cursed in this game.
Yes, maybe that's the joke, because 7's supposed to be lucky.
Yeah, 7's lucky number, but in the case of Ace Attorney, 7 is unlucky.
This incident in the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here.
This might sound crazy, but... Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck and this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Sir?
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet.
Wushi, what happened with the Mandarin Von Karma was 15 years ago.
No. I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his Phantom. But I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them. Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck. And that's not real justice. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now. But this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. That must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell him that.
You have to promise me you won't.
Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care on what was best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective?
leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago.
Really? Let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find the perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust. On 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later.
Yeah, considering that Blackwell helped us in the third case, this is very similar to Turnabout Goodbyes when Edgeworth got convicted of accused of murder, so it's with Blackwell. So
Wait,
Blackwell is our Edgeworth.
wait, were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too?
Let's go see the witness now.
I was just sitting back here listening to this whole conversation.
Alright, the Space Center entrance it is. The witness must be around here somewhere.
Oh.
Will I voice this one?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot.
Hello. Come over here. Hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... Clonko, shall I guide you? Guide you? I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Hey! You're not supposed to be wandering around! Again? I've had it with you! Hunk of junk! I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen? Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you don't snap out of it, I was going to put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than the 42.5-degree karate chop.
That's pretty specific. Excuse me, are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do?
Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center.
Blackwell? Could she be...
And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk. My name isn't... Oh yeah, Clonko's supposed to be a guy. It's a male.
Hence why I said earlier, should I voice him?
Yeah, sorry. I looked it up.
My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clonko. That's me, Miss Aura.
Weird. Quit complaining, your model number is Ponko 2.
Yeah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonko.
Quit your squawking already.
No, what are you doing? No, don't.
And is Aura suddenly voiced by Octavia?
There. I bet you won't be talking back now.
Ah, I will obey completely.
Yikes, I better watch out what wires I cross with this one.
Let's talk.
Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is... Ow!
Shut up! Only speak when I order you to speak.
Yes, Mommy.
Simon is my little brother. You know him?
Yes, we've met him in court a few times. Right, Athena?
Athena? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off?
Athena being shy? This is new.
Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Ow! Miss Aura, that hurts!
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
But Miss Aura, you told me to only speak when you order me to speak. Ow!
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more than scrap.
Oh, I can't win!
Robot abuse. Architects. Blackwell's family life sure must be interesting.
Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with.
Ow!
So, you're the person who witnessed the incident?
That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building. In the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was just such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms?
It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best just to humor her here.
Then, as I passed my way to the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it.
So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This is no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime.
That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in the left hand. And a knife in the right.
That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was?
Of course not. The power was out on the floor then, and there was only that tiny window.
That window was anything but tiny. I see. But did you witness the moment of the murder?
Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and... It happened at precisely 10 a.m.
Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features?
I already
Ow!
told you. It was pitch black in there. Although... I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it.
Stop tampering with my brain!
It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem.
Ow!
They had a good taste in knickknacks anyway.
An Earth emblem on the lighter. I'd better remember that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with it.
Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath.
Pardon me?
Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry. I just detest lawyers, that's all.
What don't you like about lawyers?
It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more.
What, so you hate your brother? That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Why do you hate lawyers so much? Phoenix, I think you'll find most people don't like lawyers.
Little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place.
I certainly don't agree.
I mean, people are imperfect. They lie, they're influenced by their silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one.
Meow.
You! Look alive there!
Yes, yes. Here I go. I am the ultimate robot. I can vacuum in extreme heat under pressure when rule the world. Now it's a time to...
All right, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away.
Huh? What was I doing?
Yeah, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them.
That poor robot.
Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you just say such things? Feeling emotions? Worrying about the things we care about? That's what makes us human! Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human? You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey.
Monkey thing!
That's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice after just a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss?
Get a hold of yourself, Athena. You're just proving her right.
Humans suddenly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing.
Athena, all you're doing is proving her right.
Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system?
So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter?
Well, what? Ask her brother, duh! Look what happened to him. Even if somebody important to me was killed. I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. You can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck. Oh, this?
Around Athena's neck. Does she mean widget?
Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle.
Her royal... What? Is she talking about Athena?
By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right?
Director Cosmos? Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart.
Yeah, we noticed. What?
He might seem like a bigwig, but the center, he has all kinds of problems. He has lost a lot of skeletons in the closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care?
I don't want to know what that fluid is. What? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid? Just splendid.
I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk.
stop tampering with my brain!
I love her. Athena? You okay?
It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way.
You have no idea, Phoenix, because I know.
Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down.
I just can't believe she said all those things!
Yes, and getting angry about it proves her point. Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time.
You mean that whole dark age of the law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that. So,
Well.
I just want to say, in the museum with that picture, we see Clay, we see Starbuck, we see Aura, then there's that other woman in the picture. And the fact that Aura said at the end that Her Royal Highness has returned. So, are you putting two and two together yet?
Leave it at that.
I'm just saying. I'm assuming that.
Yes, leave it at that. Leave it at that.
I'm just saying is all.
Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree.
Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck.
Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet and Mrs. Blackwell's statement.
All right, then. Next stop, the detention center. Yes, aren't the Blackwells just such a lovely family?
I know, right?
My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher who saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're going to let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never align just right, too.
We got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it.
A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh!
Did you remember something?
Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help, so please tell us what you remembered.
Let's talk.
I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember. I woke up for a few brief moments.
That's huge. Do you remember seeing anything?
A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know.
If we can prove there was this third person at the scene and that they're really a real killer, then you'll be clear of your old suspicion.
The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy up this evidence a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Judging by the state of your office, people would already assume that.
Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance?
Alright, Maya. For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. Yeah, no one would think you're a hoarder judging by this office.
Yeah, right. So, you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy.
Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is.
Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Eldon's noodles. Hey! Oh, Apollo! Hey!
What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around.
Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here.
Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress?
suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must have been the real killer.
A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that.
Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo?
That's right. Best friend since junior high.
Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like?
Well, he was full of compassion and energy. And he had a really loud voice.
It was the two of you who did voice training together now. I bet you'd break for a few windows.
You know, I bet you're right. It seemed like only yesterday, Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. He used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut, and me, a lawyer. We talked well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. Oh,
Wuxi, Truesty will be important in the next game.
Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it.
Damn it! It's not fair!
Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. I guess we're both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. No thanks to you, Phoenix. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? You're fine and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh?
No.
I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine! And you know what? I start to feel like maybe I will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Terran is fine! There you go. Now we're both fine. We're fine. We're fine! What are you laughing about? See? We're fine. You laugh first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine.
Aww.
Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Isn't there somebody else who said something similar?
If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight.
Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what? Wait! What do you mean by a leave?
You're really serious. Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself.
But that's our goal too!
I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different?
You don't know that.
I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life, in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye.
Hello. Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sense a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion.
Can you blame him?
He's not walking out on us like this. I'm going to talk some sense into him.
Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo.
Yeah, you're right, boss.
All right, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow.
Fucking somber. Holy shit.
There's Ace Attorney. For all its quirky comedy stuff in it, it can be really effing sad.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that's only gonna get even sadder from here.
Well, I've played the game, but I'm not going to say anything.
I know what happens. I'm not saying anything.
I played this back on the 3DS when it came out.
Yeah.
I've still got it. I've still got my 3DS somewhere. I need to take it out.
Yeah.
Whew. Jeez, that was a long investigation sequence.
Well, I'll be ready for the next crux. It's a 2-part trial.
Yep. But yeah, it makes sense though, because there was no investigation at the start of this case. It was we were literally just thrown into the trial, which is very unusual for Phoenix Wright, unless it's like, you know, a tutorial case.
Yeah. Hell, the fact that this case was tied to the tutorial case of this game.
Yeah.
Like fucking hell.
But again, we're not going to say a word. If you want to spoil yourself, that's fine, but do not spoil in the comments. Or the chat,
please. Rather. Spoilers!
If you spoil, you'll be removed from the chat. Just saying.
Yeah. So please, no spoilers. Just because we know what happens to me, we're gonna tell you shit.
Right. Anything else to say before we go?
Nope, I'm good.
Right, well, thanks for tuning in, and next week we will be returning to the hardest balls GTA Vice City stories.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.